play the play is, but can you see?
Connor has the puck, and a great shot. One goes back up, and that's the score. There it is, all the time. It's the first score of the game. Takes the game over early. It's Burley hits a three. Leo scores. Burley back the other way for the Raiders. Burley shot.
Score! Sophie Brady finds the back of the net from the faceoff circle, and with 1:14 to go, the Raiders take a 3-2 lead.
And welcome back to an all-new episode of Red Blitz. I'm your host, Rebecca Cahn. Well, it may have started off a pretty quiet week here in sports with 2 holidays in the mix, but that doesn't mean we missed out in any exciting Raiders action. Though the first game officially didn't start until Thursday, it would be worth the wait as we head over to Wellesley High School as girls volleyball hosted the Billerica Indians. With October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Raiders as a team will be holding the annual Dig Pink Night, a truly important cause to help fight a disease that sadly affects too many. So as game time comes, it's time now to focus on the action on the court, as the Indians would come in at 3-9. But don't by any means let that record fool you, as they have plenty of talent on their roster. And playing Wellesley extremely tough, the Indians take the first set here, 25-21. Later in that opening match, Raiders had fallen just short of a comeback, so they used that offensive momentum to kick off this second right away. Spot-on kills and key spikes are just what the Raiders need here, as they quickly build a 9-2 lead, forcing Billerica to take a timeout. But as we go deeper into this first, the Indians have fought their way back. On this play, the idea here is a good one, as Raiders look to put a strong kill away. But both times it goes out of bounds, so back-to-back points get awarded to the Indians instead. And we sit at 16-16. Can't say I see this too often, as Raiders look for a Katie Jones spike and point. But watch here closely. Diving, Haley Jenkins' hand is the only thing stopping the ball from hitting floor. Kenzie Conant follows through with a dig that lands just in bounds, and Billerica keeps the advantage instead in 19-16. What a crazy play. With help from some clutch kills by Lindsay Canada, Wellesley though retakes the lead. This time, Wellesley stays ahead for good, burying the next 2 points to even up this match here at 1-1, taking the second set by the score of 25-21. So as the third set comes and goes and Indians take back the match lead here, this fourth would open up that much more important for Wellesley to find an answer or face a 3-1 loss at home instead. And this match would have its challenges as well, as the Raiders, holding a 4-point advantage, look to make it 12-7, and what looks like should be a point going Raiders' way instead falls to Billerica, and the ball lands on the line. But the head ref takes his sweet old time calling it, much to the chagrin of Lily Malik and the rest of the Raiders. Off camera, some chirping still goes on, and not many times I've seen this happen in volleyball, but a yellow card is given. Point Billerica. So Billerica keeps that offensive edge on their side as well, tying it up here. Raiders are able to connect on some key points when they really needed it, and that helps them find separation and build a bigger lead here as well. And so looking to put this match away for good, Emily Calhoun would set, and Lily Malik delivers for the 25th point. The Raiders win the fourth set here, 25-19. So we've got some extra volleyball to play here as this exciting back and forth game gets us to the 5th and deciding set. So when it comes to the 5th set, there is no more 25 points. It's who makes it first to 15, making every point that much more clutch. And this is as tight a match you could ask for, as the Indians lead 8-6 as we switch sides. Wellesley loses a key player in Katie Jones to injury. So Jones sidelined, Milani Ching takes her place and steps in with this point to tie it at 8 even. But it's how Wellesley responds as a team, now down 12-9 in this 5th, that is even more noteworthy. Sam Simon lays down the 10th Raider point right here, then a minute later point Wellesley, as now we're all tied up at 12. What a game. Momentum is hard enough to take back, especially when the set is cut in half. But don't tell the Raiders that, as Wellesley now takes the lead here, 13-12. Now holding that 14th point for Wellesley, Emily Calhoun serves, and it lands just in bounds. Ace goes to Raiders, and that is game. somehow, some way, Wellesley pulls off the victory, winning 15-12. It was a back-and-forth match as each team took turns winning a set. But after Raiders lost the third match and were facing another loss, his team stepped up when it counted and won the next 2 in a row to win 3-2 over the Indians. Still fighting for a tourney spot, it's safe to say that every game is that more important for boys soccer down the stretch. Now, Raiders offense has had their struggles this season, no question. But the effort is always there. So on Friday, when the Norwood Mustangs, standing in at last place in the division, would come into Sprague, talk about perfect timing for Wellesley. Ready to set the tone early, Christopher Kobe with the header here on this play quickly puts the Raiders on the board first, just minutes into the opening frame. Wellesley then looks for another quick score to add to this 1-goal advantage and almost get it in these next 2 close plays. Brendan Conroy rips a shot on target, but you gotta give goalie Steven Tribuna credit as he makes a great mid-air save. Then Tribuna helps keep it a 1-goal deficit for the Mustangs, at least for now, when he deflects the ball out just, and I mean just, before Lucas Frey has a sure empty net shot to bury right in front of him. But Lucas Frey would get another great chance not even a minute later. This time, connects on the shot and the ball lands dangerously in the crease, just asking to be buried. And Will Corkill does exactly that, and in this tight game, a 2-0 lead for the Raiders right now is key. Not able to create any scoring chances in this first half, the Mustangs hope maybe switching sides will do the trick in the second. But the net is just as elusive on this side as well, as Anders Pinot was never really challenged in the crease, making it a somewhat easy day for himself and the Raiders' defense. Literally the only best chance for the Mustangs comes here. Running hard, Nathaniel Galvis kind of whiffs on the ball. And it isn't a good shot as it just slowly rolls towards Pinot, who scoops it up. The Raiders control the tempo from the outset, forcing Norwood to play on the defensive side for the majority of this match. And that allows Wellesley to walk away with this much-needed win as the Raiders shut out the Mustangs 2-0. The Horde standings still show Walpole controls first place, and that isn't going to change anytime soon. But Wellesley still maintains the second spot as we get closer to the end of the regular season. So not done with Friday just yet, we check in with field hockey. Now last week, this Raider team didn't just blow out Newton North 5-0, they did it without any help from corner penalty shots, which is pretty unheard of in this sport. Team chemistry is really in sync right now, and that game definitely proved it. So would the Raiders continue to dominate their next opponent, or would Norwood contain them? Let's find out. Now Norwood and Wellesley keep sharing the number 2 spot in the Herde, but that's about the only thing these two teams have in common. Corner penalty starts this, and as Kat Donahue's shot goes wide, Lexi Wise stays with it, keeps possession, and ropes it toward the box. The battle in the crease begins as Brooke Hamilton and Kayla Johnston frustrate goalie Allie Nauman, just enough so that Lexi Y can sneak in and her putback rolls in. Wellesley gets a hard-earned goal for sure right there, thanks to Lexi Y. Raiders aren't done yet though, only about a minute ticks away, and on the run, Lynn Garcia feeds a perfect centering pass to Kayla Johnston. It's one-on-one Johnston versus Nauman, and Kayla Johnston wins this round, and Wellesley goes up 2-0 just like that. Great execution there by Garcia and Johnston that helps build this Raiders advantage to 2 goals, still in the opening frame. I've said it before and I'll keep saying it. This Raiders defense is a game changer. When opponents can't score against you, they can't win either. It's that simple. So as the second half comes, Raiders look to add to their 2-goal lead, and Wellesley probably would have done just that if not for some key saves by Allie Nauman and help from Mustangs defense. That keeps it a 2-0 deficit for Norwood. Either way, Raiders jumped out early with a 2-goal lead, and that's honestly all they needed anyways. Wellesley not only gets the win here, but once again, it comes by way of the shutout. Now remember last episode I said Wellesley was tied with Walpole for fewest goals allowed so far this season. Well, as of October 16th, Raiders now lead the Bay State Conference with only 6 goals scored against them, beating out Walpole's 7. Wellesley makes this the final here, shutting out Norwood 2-0. Well, that's it for this episode, but we are not done with the regular season just yet. these next 2 weeks will be huge as we find out which teams move on to the playoffs, while the rest have to see their season come to an end. So stay right here with Wellesley Media and, of course, Black Red Blitz as we keep you covered with all Raiders sports. In the meantime, check us out on demand at wellesleymedia.org, our YouTube and Facebook pages, and Wellesley Public Media, right here, Comcast 9 and Verizon 39. Thanks for watching Black Red Blitz. Go Raiders!